Hello, Donnie Spaghetti, and welcome to your deck review. And my friend, you have come with a better deck than I think you gave yourself credit for. This is corporate discounts, where Donnie thinks this is a bracket 2 idea, but they would like it to be bracket 3 and want to know what game changers could take it there. And the idea behind this deck is holy hell, mayhem is a fun keyword. So mayhem is if you've discarded a card, you can play it that turn, but with Green Goblin, you can play it for 2 less. Now, you still have to obey timing rules, so you cannot play creatures at instant speed or anything like that. But it's a really good discount. And the basis of this deck is I'm going to play a looter, I'm going to play Green Goblin, and then every turn after that, I will play some fucky thing for 2 mana less, or I can hold up interaction that is perhaps more expensive than interaction typically is because it will be 2 off with Green Goblin. That's very sweet. That's very doable at bracket 3. If you were willing to be a real rat, I would even say this could go to bracket 4 because like the core argument behind your deck is my commander says that instead of reading draw a card then discard a card, Mazzolanti reads draw a card, your next spell costs 2 less to cast. That would be an insane magic card. And Green Goblin does that to every looter. Merfolk Looter reads draw a card, your next spell costs 2 less this turn. That's freaky bullshit. That's so much value. That's so good. And so I think what's going to make the difference here is not what game changers you need. It's going to be quality of things you are cheating out. Because if you are using it to get really good cards efficiently, right? If you're using it to like, okay, on my turn, I will for 1 mana play Twilight Diviner and then hold up Sephiroth's Intervention. See, that's where the problem is. That's where So I think what takes you from what takes us from bracket 2 to bracket 3 is in bracket 2, you're going every single spell that is not a looter or does not get me a payoff for discarding is going to be something that's really fun to get this discount on. And the bracket 3 version is going to be I have a ton of stuff that is fun to get the discount on, but I still have a bunch of stuff that is priced reasonably and goes from being priced reasonably to being insane once I get the discount. Because like Sephiroth's Intervention is a garbage card you should not play. Taking it down to 2 mana, you have now turned this into you have turned this into a removal spell that already exists. It's still very fun to do that, but I think that is like the make or break. Because in bracket 2 and bracket 3, going, okay, free cast Talisman of Creativity, amazing. Amazing. That shit snaps. Thirst for Identity for 1 mana on someone else's turn, that shit snaps. Casting Unwind in any context, brother. Brother Bear, no. Um, yeah, casting Vona's Hunger in any context. So that's going to be the difference maker. So I can recommend you game changers as well, but I think what I'm going to try to do here is pick out what are the bracket 2 fuck around cards that you would want to replace with things that are more efficient, even if they do not benefit fully from my commander's mayhem trigger, just so that because I think a play pattern we are potentially overlooking is on my turn I loot, and I loot to play something. Please have one valuable permanent in here. um okay, so we're gonna make believe on my turn I loot to play a game changer. I loot to play Consecrated Sphinx for 4 mana. I loot to play Rhystic Study for 1 mana. And what that enables me to do is now I can pass the turn with Counterspell mana up. That's the bracket 3 play pattern. You could probably find stuff that's better than Counterspell that at least benefits a little bit from your commander's cost reduction. But the play pattern in bracket 3 would be less of like hee hee hoo hoo, I'm doing this on your turn, hee hee hoo hoo, now I can play, the most expensive shark known to man. And it would be more of, oh, this 6 mana card that's really good? It's 4 mana now. Either I can play that crushingly early, or I can play it and hold up removal, hold up protection, hold up whatever I want. So with that in mind, let's look at, I think these all stay, bracket 2 versus bracket 3. You play more of these in bracket 3. But they're very solid. And it's cool because Bitter Triumph you can double dip. This doesn't do the thing you said, but it does draw cards. Let me see if the tag is... What's happening here? Oh, draw or discard, or draw/discard. Okay. I really don't like Flaring Cinder. I do not think your deck... You have 28 creatures. How many of those creatures are 4 or greater? Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. Okay, okay, my bad. All right, that's 24. 24 still seems low. I think the other thing I don't like about this is if we are using this to loot, it means we have already spent 3 of our mana, or we have already spent 4 of our mana, which means we are very restricted on what we can do with the Mayhem trigger. Right? It basically means like if we can chain a 4 mana creature together with like a Signet or with a 3 to 4 mana spell, but we can't do it with like a super good thing. Versus Merfolk Leader, we can do whenever we want. Monastery Siege, we can do, to do something in main phase 1 or 2 or whatever. I'm okay with Scholar, down with Rona, down with Rummaging Goblin, down with Shadow of the Goblin, down with Stadium Title Mage, down with Ultimate Green Goblin. I think this guy's just too much mana. Like we're still sitting on Mazzolanti. We are still sitting on stuff like Currency Converter. Because right now our turn 1's turbo dead. This one's not as good because it costs mana to loot, but it could be seen as like, okay, well, I'm going to go neutral with it. I don't even like that as I say it. Fuck that. You're sitting on Mazzolanti. What else are we sitting on? We're sitting on Malcolm. Malcolm also could potentially let us free cast later on. That would be very solid. Sitting on Likeness Looter. Sitting on Kitsa, who's crazy good. Sitting on Overlord of the Flood Pits. God damn, would this be cranked. God damn. Have Rona. Don't love Kiora. Think we have Vohar. We do have Merfolk Looter. Sitting on Mary Reed and Anne Bonny. Right, so I think we could firm this section up to have slightly better quality options than the ones we already have, but the idea is definitely there. I like all these payoffs. May even be worth slamming in Surly Badgersaur and the Bone Miser. Surly Badgersaur can get us a big body, can get us a treasure, can get us potential removal. All of these things very, very strong. Bone Miser gets us bodies, gets us mana, gets us card draw potentially as well. So I would like Bone Miser, especially in a 5 mana slot, over Thunderhead Gunner, my lord. Then Mayhem payoff. So what things would I not feel comfortable doing at bracket 3 with this commander? I would feel comfortable Aethergaling. I would love to Arcane Signet. I would love to Archaeomance. I would not Armagon, which hurts me to say because I love Armagon in my Abzan Reanimator deck, but I think taking this guy from 9 mana to 7 mana is still not a sweet enough deal in a Grixis deck that is not ramping like its life depends on it. Brainstealer Dragon just clean sucks. I've played this card in many decks. I've tried over and over again to make it work. This motherfucker just doesn't want to work. He sucks, but he's amazing in bracket 2. So he's like hero of bracket 2, cut him in bracket 3. Breach is great in bracket 3. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks. This is great. This sucks given what you currently have in the deck, but I would believe in it as more things in the deck were changed around. This is brilliant, and you deserve a hug for it. This is okay. It feels a little bit win more, right? This only does anything at the point where we have our commander and we have our loot engine, and if we have our commander and we have our loot engine, we got to start doing impactful shit. Imposter Syndrome, don't believe in it in this version of the deck. Could believe in it in a different version. That's great. That's great. That's bad. That's bad and not good. That's great. This should just become something else, right? This is the cute bracket 2 version. Nope. Yep. On the bubble, I could see myself going for it, but I would probably end up cutting it later to play specifically just to play Lorien Revealed and just draw the cards. We talked about this one. Yes to this. Absolutely not to this. Yes to these. Yes to these. Yes to that. Down with that. Hell yeah to this one. Get the fuck out of here. I like this. I would try it at bracket 3. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And then I think you could get away with no Soul Ring in this deck. Straight up. Straight up. I believe in you. I believe in the you that believes in not running Soul Ring. Do it. And then that gives you room to just play stuff that is cleanly better. And obviously there are game changers that would be better. Let's see. We want to develop advantage. We want to be able to solve problems our opponents are presenting. We want to be able to develop our board as well. So let me think. We're gonna be drawing a lot of cards, so we could run more things that are like Chasm Skulker and Scrounging Skyray. You know, we could run like the Iron Mans and the Lilas of the world. That's kind of basic, but it does allow us to spread our damage around one thing at a time. Let's just go, you know what? Let's just go to the zoo. Mana value less than or equal to 7. Commander Grixis. Oh, but we probably want mana value greater than or equal to 4. Get some expensive shit. I don't think Roaming Throne matters. I hate Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Sticking this motherfucker would certainly do it. 5 mana Hullbreaker Horror, and it has Flash, so you can do it on somebody else's turn. That would take over a game pretty quickly. Goldspan Dragon would be pretty insane. 2 mana Sheoldred, and these would just be the like hyper generically good cards. The Ancient Dragons kind of come within your purview. That's really cute. Would not be doing Perforos. You could try Sheoldred Whispering 1. Getting that for 5 mana is okay. Dead ass in either version of this deck, I would be trying to get away with Chameel. 4 mana Chameel? Say less, bro. 4 mana Chameel, say fucking less. And then I would probably try to get away with some flash enablers as well. I would be trying to, as much as I could, um, not show my hand until I absolutely had to. Combustible Gear Hulk would be very good. Combustible Gear Hulk also gets better if you have extravagant replication. It allows you to keep imposter syndrome. It's good with Arenicus's vile duplication because your whole deck Curve's gonna be pretty greedy, right? Because we're attempting to get this mayhem benefit the whole time. Uh, we're not doing one dedicated creature type. I don't know if you get the pips for it, but dead ass, people don't put enough respect on Dracuseth's name, and they should. And you could be the one to make them do it. Junji would be pretty fucked. Getting this guy for 3 mana. This would be the type of like, okay, I'm gonna play an attacker that is scarier than people think for 3 mana, and then I am going to hold up shoot the sheriff. I'm gonna hold up counterspell. I'm gonna hold up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh shit, I would play Wandering Archaic. 3 mana Wandering Archaic would be fucked up. It would be fucked to the ceiling. Bonehorde Dracosaur would also be very, very good as a standalone advantage engine. And like we could go all day on this. I think the short answer is to play this in bracket 3, it's not just game changers you need. You have to have more things that are just better standalone threats and the ceiling is kind of 7 mana. We don't really want to go beyond 7 mana, and even then we would prefer to be operating in the like 4 to 5 mana range where we get a 4 to 5 mana permanent for 2 to 3 mana and then hold up something to do on our opponent's turn. And then our interaction has to be upgraded from stuff that is good when I mayhem it to stuff that is pretty good all the time and is amazingly cheap when I mayhem it. And then I think you get to bracket 3 no problem. The best game changers for this would be Rhystic Study, Consecrated Sphinx, Demonic Tutor. Right? Those are the I don't think there are interesting game changers for this. 1 mana Rhystic Study will make people hate you. My girlfriend has done it with Amanatu. It is devastating. But this looks like an awesome idea. And I think what you have right now looks like a fucking awesome bracket 2 deck. I may actually rob you a little bit. So if there's anybody in the comments section who sees anything I've missed, please let me know. Otherwise, I wish you the best, and I do hope this helps.